So today we're diving into this incredible initiative called Star Hindis. What's it all about? Well, its mission is to bring digital storytelling to literally every corner of India and empower a whole new generation of creators. Let's get into how they're making it happen.
I mean, think about this for a second. India is this amazing tapestry of over 1,600 languages, right? But a huge chunk of the content we all see online is only in a handful of them. That creates this massive digital divide, leaving countless voices and stories completely unheard. And that, right there, is the exact problem Star Hindis is trying to solve.
So, what is Star Hindis exactly? Well, at its heart, it's this pioneering project to build a whole network of digital content studios all across the country. And the goal is simple, but it's so powerful. Give young people the tools and the training they need to tell their own stories in their own languages.
This tagline really says it all, doesn't it? Empowering Indians as digital stars. It's not just about handing over some tech. It's about fostering real empowerment. The big idea is to turn creators from every single background into the digital stars of their own communities, letting them preserve their culture while building a future.
Okay, so how do they actually pull this off? Well, this is the clever part. Star Hindis has developed these tiered studio packages. They're tailor-made to fit the specific needs of different communities, whether you're talking about a small village or a big, bustling city.
Their approach starts right here at 1,35,000 rupees. So, what does this entry-level investment get you?
It gets you the basic package. This is designed specifically for rural communities and schools. By focusing on essential, super easy-to-use gear, it just removes all those technical barriers and gives them the fundamental tools to start capturing those vital local stories right away.
All right, the next step up takes us to 2 lakh rupees.
And that's for the medium package. This one is aimed at semi-urban areas and colleges. It upgrades the equipment to a more professional-grade setup, for creators who are ready to take their content to the next level.
And then, at the very top end, we're looking at 3,50,000 rupees. Now this is for the high-end package. We're talking a premium professional studio for urban centers. This gives you all the gear and training you need to produce commercial, broadcast-quality content that can really compete on a much larger stage.
When you see it laid out like this, you can really appreciate the clear pathway they've built. It's a very deliberate progression. And it's not just about the gear. Going from a smartphone to a professional mirrorless camera, it's about the skills. The training skills right alongside it, from a 2-day workshop all the way to a 10-day master course. This makes sure that as a community's ambitions grow, the resources are right there to support them.
But here's the thing, and this is really crucial. Setting up a studio is just the first step. The real challenge is making it last. So Stars Hindis has built a model to make sure these studios become permanent, self-sustaining resources for their communities.
And they do this through a really innovative rental model. See, once a studio is up and running, it can be rented out at subsidized rates to local creators, artists, even small businesses. This generates revenue to cover maintenance and future upgrades, and that creates a cycle that keeps the studio running and accessible. What you get is a self-sustaining ecosystem that can actually fuel a local creative economy. It's brilliant.
But this whole model is about so much more than just being financially sustainable. The real goal, the real magic here, is the tangible human impact, the transformation it creates in people's lives by building skills, sparking new careers, and preserving culture.
It creates this incredibly powerful chain reaction. It all starts with gaining practical, hands-on digital skills. That, in turn, unlocks new career opportunities in the digital economy. And as these creators start to find their voice, they also become the digital guardians of their own culture. And finally, they get plugged into the supportive national network, which means they're not just creating in a bubble.
And that network, that connection, is really at the heart of the whole grand vision. It's not just about a bunch of individual studios. It's about connecting them all to celebrate the incredible linguistic diversity of India.
The scale of this vision is just wow. The network plans to include dedicated channels for major languages like Hindi, Telugu, and Tamil, but it absolutely doesn't stop there. The goal is to support 16 different languages in total, creating a unique digital space for each one to really thrive. This transforms the whole thing from a series of local projects into a true national cultural movement.
And all of this brings us back to a really fundamental question. If a studio just like this popped up in your town or your neighborhood, what story would your community tell? What voices that are currently unheard would finally get the platform they deserve? That right there
is the incredible potential Star Hindices is trying to unlock.